It is currently 12:58, and this is exactly why you don't daily drive on a drag pack. Nah, not really, but this really kind of sucks because I was on my way to a little meet, and well, I'm stranded, y'all. Middle of nowhere. Luckily, I was able to get off the highway, but my front tire, my front Hoosier front runner is done. I popped it. Luckily, I did not have a blowout on the highway, but what happened was I pulled up to an E85 station, and I didn't know that there was glass on the ground, and I rolled over the damn glass. Now, I did go ahead and wipe off the tire as much as I could, but as I was rolling out of the station, got on the highway and started going like 65, 70 mile an hour, I started to notice some vibration in the pedal, and I was like, okay, I 100% popped the tire. So I pulled over, and all I heard was it is what it is. It is what it is. That's Houston for you. The roads are horrible. So waiting for my buddy to come with some stock fronts, so we're gonna take off both. This tire is good, but in all reality, looking at it right now, you know what I'm saying, it has some life left to it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and replace the tire. Hopefully I can get a tire within the next like 2-3 days max. It says they're in stock, so we're good. The wheel does not look damaged, which is a massive W, but damn, bro, this could have been bad. This could have been bad because I'm on a drag pack and I'm on front skinnies. So y'all gotta be careful out here, for real. I mean, look at how slanted the car is. I don't know if y'all can see this on camera, but the car is like crazy slanted. You could probably tell right here, like it almost looks like the wheel is like off the tire completely. Like it looks bad, real bad. I hope y'all can see from this angle. I left my valve stem at the damn gas station. Fuck. Because I tried to go ahead and put a little air in it so I can move it, but I didn't know how bad the flat was until I started to really feel a little vibration. Not to pull over. It is completely flat.
One eternity later.
You taking your pet Jack for a walk?
Taking him for a walk. He's chilling.
And the meat goes wrong. He's taking the Jack for a walk.
I'm just gonna bring my Jack next time and just bring it on a walk.
Let's take it for a walk. Oh my god. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. So it's the next day, y'all. We have to put the stock, actually the stock rears from Homeboy's S650. It's coming in clutch. You guys can see this tire.
Where's your
It's completely dead. I got you right now. This tire is completely dead, completely flat.
That shit is funny, bro.
Oh, yeah, taking the Jack for a walk. You know, it'd be hilarious if it did Draggy the same with the stocks.
Is that
in
what
the
you're
front.
gonna do? Are you gonna drag
I'll probably drag it at night just to see what it does. Hopefully the wheel's not bent. It looked like it wasn't. These Ford Stars are typically strong, so
Damn, these are legs.
we'll see. I know, bro, they are. Our front runners.
Like, bro, these are hella light.
Yeah, it might make actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're on wires, bro.
Yo!
Yeah, you're on wires.
Fuck. Okay, well. Holy shit. That's why, dude, no wonder.
I wonder if the other one, oh, I can't wait to pull that off.
It's probably bad.
I wonder if it's like really bad, like to the point. I wonder if it's popped.
There's a hole in it. I saw the hole. I literally saw the hole.
Oh, so you probably didn't run anything over.
No, I did. I think I did, bro. Cause when I went to the gas station, I rolled in and then I heard like, I think somebody had like smashed like a bottle or something, literally at the pump, bro. Like some straight Houston shit, man. Just smash the bottle at the pump. This is light though. One-handed. I'm not strong at all, and I can I can curl this. You know, so that's how you know. Look, y'all, like, I'm not
Here's your stock lug nuts.
I want to say I do. Hold on.
Oh.
I did see where it was yesterday.
I'm trying to...
It's like in the middle. It's right here.
That's it?
Yeah, I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's where it was. Yep, that is where it was. Yep, right here. I don't know if y'all can see it.
This one, I feel like isn't wearing as bad as...
I think,
the
yeah.
other one was fucked.
Hitting some turns wrong. Yep. Well, there we go, y'all. All right, let's make sure that, you know, nothing is going weird. Pretty bad, but hey, it is what it is. Oh man, it is what it is. I'm gonna use this opportunity, since the Shelby's at the shop, to sweep my garage out now. All right, it's later in the day and we are gonna be Draggy testing 60 to 130. The S650 with its new wheel and tire setup for right now. I'm really curious if the front runners actually make a difference. I want to say the car is going to Draggy around the same, but it's going to be like 1 or 2 tenths off. It would be really interesting if it Draggy the same with the front runners as it does right now without them. That'd be really interesting, because that would confirm that maybe it's not worth running front runners on this car the way it is right now. Because if I can run the same time or similar time with an actual full-size wheel and tire, there's no reason to go ahead and risk running a front runner and potentially blowing it like I did. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think the car is going to run. Now, the only difference is on the 2025 Mustang GT that these wheels came off of, these are actually 18s as opposed to the 19s I had on this car when I bought it. Now, these are a 255 45 18, and I believe the stocks that were on this car were 255 45 19. So that's interesting, very interesting. And obviously for the rears we have the 305 45 17, so we are gonna be able to hit 130 at the top of third. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, because if it runs similar or the same, it is going to drive me to run a completely different drag setup. Because if it runs similar, you know, running a full-size wheels and tires, I mean, what is the point of running skinnies? You feel me? I mean, it's just an unnecessary risk. It's dangerous. Technically, it is dangerous running skinnies. Not technically, it is dangerous running skinnies on the regular roads. So hey, we might just go with a more mature, or I should say maybe a more classy setup with this car. We'll see. We'll see. I'm honestly hoping it runs the same because, oh man, I already know what drag setup I'd rock with this car. Drag setup. But hey, we'll see. All right, so we're headed to my little spot in Mexico. The car really doesn't feel any much different. It's a little bit heavier, obviously, up front. And like when you're trying to do like, you know, maneuvers like this, it sways a little bit more because we don't have the front runners, which ironically kind of give it a little bit more stability. I don't know why that is. Let me know down in the comment section. I think it has to do with the tire compound and that it like hooks the road. But like trying to do this, oh, it's like really like you're moving around in the seat. I ain't gonna lie. And the car feels like it's, you know, kind of all over the place, but I'm curious how it's gonna run. I'm gonna warm up the tires real quick, even though I know it's not gonna spin. I'm not gonna lie, I just got lockout right there. I'm not gonna lie, it did not want me to go into third gear right there. Holy cow. Alright, so I just loaded up the Draggy, and this isn't gonna be the best comparison because the DA is actually significantly lower versus the last time I dragged the car. It's 600 DA right now. The last time I dragged the car on the full drag pack, it was 1500 plus DA. So in theory, it should compensate realistically. So it's not necessarily a fair comparison, but I still am very curious. Now, if it runs the same, good. If it runs faster, I'm not gonna be surprised. But if it runs slower, obviously the front runners are doing more than we thought because the DA is a lot better. You know, 1000 DA, 900 DA difference, you're gonna feel that. Or not necessarily feel it, you won't feel it, but it's an NA car, you ain't gonna feel it, but you're gonna see it in the times, theoretically. So if it can run a similar time, that would be pretty legit. But unfortunately, the DA is a lot better. Like, this is actually some pretty good weather right now. This is like almost boost weather. I wish I had the Shelby GT50 clutch installed and fully broken in, because this is actually the DA that I need, because it's good enough to where the car is not going to be suffering from the heat, and it's also not cool enough to where, you know, it's going to be spinning its ass off. So we'll see. A little under a quarter tank of gas, so it's literally the exact same conditions the last time I dragged the car.
A few moments later.
Alright, so I just dragged the car. I forgot to turn the GoPro on because it actually cut off on me. I don't know what happened, but I did actually get the Draggy video to work. So that's a W, and the car actually did go faster by almost a full 10th, which is actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, but that is because of the DA. 100% that's because of the DA. Oh man, I need to go ahead and get some front runners on the car again to test it out in this air, because I'm curious to see if there really is a difference. So I'm really happy that it went faster, but I think that realistically is because the DA is a lot better. You know, 1500 DA versus 600 DA. The car, in theory, should go faster. The only thing that this Draggy did have going for it is I did actually have to break lanes, and I was going uphill, and it still went pretty quick. hell did the DA go from 600 to 12? Still went faster though. What the hell? I'm gonna do it again. This doesn't make any sense, but honestly, like, it's pretty interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, pulled up to the E station. Man, that's why I always say you have to take Draggy information with a grain of salt, because how does the DA go from 600 to 1200 in the matter of 5 minutes? But hey, man, I'm not gonna complain. The car did run a PB both times on the stock fronts, technically stock rears, went faster than the front runner, but the air was a little bit better. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section of the video. The look of the car. We got a ghetto wheel and tire setup, but I'm gonna go over the Draggy data, the slips, when we get back to the casa, because I am getting back home immediately. I don't like being out at this station at this time, but look at this shit. This is exactly what I think popped my front runner. So I filled up at this tank yesterday, and you can't even see this. Yep, somebody is walking up to my car now. Let me get the hell out of here. Look at this shit. Nope. This dude tripping. This dude said, look at this fucking guy. Yeah, hold on. Yo. What the fuck is this nigga doing? Y'all see this shit? Y'all see this shit? All right, it's the next day, and let's go over the Draggy data, because I think a lot of you guys are going to be interested in this information, considering I know a lot of people are starting to build their S650s, and this is one of the most budget-friendly builds you can do as of right now. So the first Draggy that unfortunately I was unable to record with the GoPro, but I do have the Draggy video. The car went a 9.52. Now, the temperature was 72 degrees outside. It was negative 389 feet, as well as 632 feet as far as the DA. I'm gonna go ahead and put the video of that Draggy up so you guys can go ahead and watch. Let me know what you think. Now, I don't know if that Draggy was fully accurate, because I did go ahead and do 2 more Draggies just to make sure that there was nothing weird going on. And I think, honestly, these 2 are the accurate readings. So the second Draggy that I went ahead and did, I actually went ahead and recorded it with the GoPro. I don't know if having the video with the Draggy playing does anything with messing some stuff up. But the car went a 9.57. Now, temperature was 72 degrees out. It was 90 feet, and the DA went up to 1200. So that's really interesting. Again, let me know down in the comment section what you guys think of the Draggy data. I think this is honestly a more realistic number, just in the fact that I don't really see how the DA can go from 600 to 1200 the same night, and it's not like the weather was crazy. Now I went ahead and did another Draggy to go ahead and verify this, and here is the result. Now the car went a 9.52, 70 degrees outside, 283 feet, and the DA was 1400. So this is honestly what I think is the most accurate Draggy. This was the same night, like literally back to back to back runs, and I'm actually really impressed with the car. I'm not gonna lie, because if you have been following the channel for a while, running a 9.5 is exactly kind of where I wanted the car to be at. Ironically, when it had the skinnies and the front brakes, I thought I was gonna be running like a mid-9 with the skinnies and front brakes, but what really went ahead and increased the speed was the 28-inch tall tire, because we completely eliminated that 3rd to 4th shift with the 60 to 130, and obviously with the clutch protection, that is going to be drastically slowing the time down. Now, with the different clutch, or with the clutch protection fully turned off, actually not messing with stuff, I think the car would be running a low 9, because there's still some resistance 2nd to 3rd. You can hear it in the video, both from GoPro as well as on the Draggy. So yeah, I think this is pretty solid for an S650, considering the fact that this car just has a back tire on it now, stock wheel and tire in the front, and this is a cat delete, obviously carbon trap removed. That's it. Now, the previous best Draggy time that I did get with this car, same exact configuration, the only difference was I had the Hoosier front runners on it. The car went 9.61. Now, I did this actually off camera after I put the car back on E85 when it was on the C85 Nitro mix, because the plugs were gapped differently. I wanted to see if the car would run any different. It ironically went faster. It was a 9.61, and the temperature was 73 degrees outside, 155 feet, and the DA was 1400. So that's a pretty accurate comparison, considering the fact that we had the same DA, pretty much the same weather, and the car went faster on the stock fronts. So that's interesting, y'all. That's interesting. How this happened, I have no idea, but if you have a manual S650 and you're thinking, man, maybe I need to run a full drag pack, I guess you don't. Now, granted, I do have an 18-inch front runner. I think with a proper front runner, like a 17, there would have been a bigger pickup running the front runners, but as of right now, I don't even think there's a reason to even put these back on, at least until I can go ahead and get a 17 on the car, because these are 28, 4.5, 18. Yes, they're light, but I don't know if it's just the tire compound that it can't cut through the wind. Maybe it's slowing it down, because when I had, ironically, the Nitto R2s on there, I swore they just did not roll out the best like the Mickeys, which is exactly why I didn't go with the not the Hoosiers, why I didn't go with the R2s. Technically, the R2s would hook this up, but I just went with the ET Street R's or reliable Mickeys, because the Nittos just didn't feel right when I had them on the 2-valve, and then also when I had them on the Shelby GT350 before we had to go ahead and jump to a 29-inch tall tire. So food for thought. If y'all can explain what went down, let me know down in the comment section, because I'm honestly lost for words. But in all reality, the car went faster, and technically it is more streetable because we have a full-size wheel and tire in, and we're not running a skinny. So yeah, so if you're trying to go ahead and build an S650 budget setup, just an F14 in the back, you can even go cheaper and get an RPF1, which is actually lighter than the F14, and just run a 17x10 in the back, leave your stock. This is an 18. Hey, you can go pretty quick. So if you guys enjoy, feel free, drop a like in the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications. I feel like this is some good information, because I know a lot of people were wondering, is it worth running a front runner? Hey, apparently not.